Over the past few years, I've started playing a lot of 2K20 and 2K21 on PC from Steam. For those who don't know, 2K is a basketball game that is reiterated every year until the title of the new year ending, hence 2K20 and 2K21. As someone who only plays games on PC, sports have never really been a part of the games I've been playing, and to me sports games definitely feel a lot more console oriented, them needing a controller and all. It was always funny seeing some people's reaction to my confession of no 2K, FIFA, or any other sports game experience. Nonetheless, regardless of not having grown up playing sports games, I do like basketball and have always then had some vague interest in the 2K series. So I bought 2K20 on Steam, the first 2K that I've ever played. And I'll be honest, I really liked the game. My career in Park and everything else was more of a hassle than anything, as I only barely knew how to play the game and wouldn't get any minutes in my career games. I also asked my friend for a Giannis build and I joined the Bucks, maybe that's why I didn't get any minutes. But that aside, I didn't like my career anyway, so I didn't care too much. Instead, I really enjoyed the quick play and play online modes, as I got to play with my friends with all my favorite teams, which was very enjoyable, and that fun translated slowly into a growing love of the game. I wasn't good and I never won, but I still really enjoyed how high octane the experience could get. Alas, even though I enjoyed quick play and was very content with my choice of game modes, I was eventually convinced into playing my career, what I thought was the most boring game mode to ever exist. This time, however, I didn't try to impersonate Mr. Antetokounmpo and instead went with a pure sharpshooter. And I'll admit, I was elated at first. The idea that I could just casually drop 40 points on the best teams in the NBA without completely maxing out my character was amazing to me. I couldn't dribble or play defense, but my shooting, to me, was more than compensation. After the long and tedious climb to the NBA Finals and the Gym Rat badge, I felt like I was finally at a point where I could play in the neighborhood, which was the whole reason I started this journey. As I finally loaded into the park for one of the first times ever with my solid brown t-shirt and grey sweatpants, I immediately rushed over to my first park game, which was pretty hard to find as the game was already dead, and started playing. I have vivid memories of not hitting a single shot and being late or early in all my timings. I wondered, how could this happen? I'm a pure sharpshooter and I make all my shots in the my career game, what gives? Not to mention, it wasn't against other players who just bought the game. Everyone in the lobby cheated and their arm lengths were to be in awe of. So to cut it short, I never really got into the whole 2K20 Park experience because it was just impossible with all the cheaters and, the deadness of the game, and I couldn't really find my place in it. And that was 2K20. I liked some of it and I didn't like other parts, but I judged it overall as a good game, and 2K21 was right around the corner. I was skeptical, but it only costed like $20 on a Steam key, and I genuinely wanted to see all the new changes that they would implement. I saw tons of gameplay online about the new next gen, and most importantly, its build designing system that I thought looked super cool. So I naively believed, well, obviously PC would have next gen. Why would it not? No one would categorize PC as being a part of the weaker side of the gaming spectrum, right? I entered the NBA 2K21 Steam key I bought off the CD Keys website and waited patiently for hours for the game to install. I remember it was like 3 AM when it finally installed, and as I exuberantly clicked the play button and saw the main menu, I couldn't wait to create a new player with 2K21 Next Gen's new build designer. And what did I see? I saw 2K20. Taken aback, I relaunched the game as I genuinely believed that I mistakenly opened 2K20. I didn't open 2K20, and then it hit me. 2K21 current gen is the exact same game as 2K20. At that point it was too late to refund and I just didn't care anymore. All of my excitement turned into disappointment, and finally at 5 AM I went to bed. That was the first time in all of my years of playing games on PC I was actually disappointed with the game that I bought. I'm being serious, I've never actually been that disappointed with a game that I purchased, even if I wasn't wild about it. 2K21 on PC felt like a literal spit in the face, and you can say that it was my fault for not researching the difference between current and next gen, but is it not common sense that PC would receive the latest and greatest version possible? Many of our machines are so much more powerful than any console that's on the market, and it just seems so out of touch. I understand that it was to promote consoles and whatever, but it just left me with a bad taste in my mouth. So I stopped playing. I completely stopped playing 2K21 and 2K20 and gave up the franchise as a whole. I didn't want to invest my time in something that I saw was so obviously low effort and uncared about, and it stayed like that for a while until Epic Games released 2K21 for free. You might be saying, but why would that change your mind about anything? It's the same game. And you're right. But at least now more people are playing it. I saw a group of people playing the new Epic Games 2K21 free version in a Discord server I was in, and that kinda lit a fire under me to try out the new 2K21 for real this time. I remembered how much I enjoyed 2K last year and decided to boot up what caused me so much dismay. When I saw that main menu screen again, I couldn't help but start researching the best builds and archetypes of 2K21. And that brings us to today. If you asked me what do I think about 2K as a PC gamer, I'd be conflicted. I'd be lying if I said I don't enjoy the game, but I wouldn't be honest if I said its flaws aren't conspicuous. And I don't think, with this series in particular, my feelings will ever not be like that. I truly don't believe its developers care that much about the game, and I truly don't believe the future iterations will be much better, at least on PC. But this is just my experience, so leave in the comments if you are a PC gamer or non-PC gamer who has some questionable or cool experiences with 2K. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.